We have 11 amazing restaurants featuring a wide variety for every price range and appetite. South Point's Garden Buffet has something for everyone at unbeatable prices. Or, if hunger strikes in the middle of the night, join us at Coronado Cafe. The American menu offers breakfast, lunch, or dinner 24 hours a day, plus a Chinese kitchen for authentic Chinese dishes from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. From steak and eggs to wonton soup, it's fast and friendly service 24/7. When you need a quick pick-me-up, you can find it at our state-of-the-art Starbucks just inside the main South Point entrance. Order ahead with the Starbucks app for easy mobile order pickups. Or enjoy your favorites in the relaxing dining area anytime, day or night. If you love Mexican food, Baja Miguel's has all of your south-of-the-border favorites. There are dozens of classics to choose from, like fajitas, ceviche, chimichangas, tacos, and more. And for spirit lovers, Baja's colorful non-smoking tequila bar is right outside. Or maybe you're in the mood for seafood. Big Sur Oyster Bar has fresh seafood prepared right before your eyes. Savor freshly shucked oysters, crab legs jambalaya, shrimp and lobster. Beers on tap and a selection of fine wines are perfect to pair with your seafood favorite. Whether lunch or dinner, you'll love this fun atmosphere, located just off the casino floor. Ready to shake things up? Step back in time and treat yourself to one of the oldest restaurant chains in the country. Steak and Shake, famous for original mouth-watering steak burgers and hand-dipped milkshakes in a variety of flavors. For some old-fashioned fun, try Steak and Shake.
Hey, it's already Friday and the work week is over, just like the Georgia Bulldog season. Ho! Roll the animation, Ann. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's already Friday. The work week is finished. It's good times. It's a short work week. I love it. We're going to get used to it, but next week we're back to 5 days. Hello, and thanks for tuning in to watch the show that moves as fast as a Notre Dame kick return. Punchlines. This hour is a mix of sports, comedy, viral videos, smart gambling conversation. I'm your host, Frank Nicotero, longtime comedian, lifelong sports fan, and today's show. Now, Jeff, I want you to pay attention to this, and everybody. I vow to celebrate like this Texas fan when they beat, who did Texas beat? Arizona State in overtime if the Steelers win on Sunday. Okay, so she's watching her game. All right, so Texas wins. Interception at the goal line. She runs out, ladies and gentlemen, and jumps into a swimming pool. I will do that at nighttime after a Steelers victory, which would be approximately 8 p.m. on Saturday, into a very cold pool. I'm doing it. On the show, speaking of the Steelers, we also have from Pittsburgh at the end of the third quarter of this show, Sportsbook director here at the South Point, Chris Andrews, will make the walk from his office to the studio, carrying his gavel for more of Judge Chris Andrews. But for the first time in 2025, I get to say these words. Please welcome a man you know from another South Point show, Sports by the Book, and the president of the Aaron Rodgers fan club, my man, Jeff Parles. Woo, he loves Aaron Rodgers, ladies and
gentlemen. Fake news on that last part.
Can't wait. He loves Big Jeff.
Can't wait for him to be gone.
Where is he going to go? He said it might be his last game. He's prepared for it.
He's not good enough to be worthy of the headache anymore. That's all it is. Like, Green Bay put up with him because he was, to me, he was the most talented I'm not saying best, but he's the most talented quarterback I've ever seen.
He could
do things that no one else could do.
This is true.
And now it's, look, he's a shell of himself.
There's a lot of memes on X showing him in a Steelers uniform next year. Twitter, showing him in a Steelers uniform.
You guys can have fun with that.
I don't want him.
I kind of want it to happen. I want, as much as I like you and Chris,
right?
At most of the time, I like Sean. And my other Steeler friends,
okay.
You guys need some adversity. You guys are go over 500 every year.
I know, but
you need some adversity, Frank.
Is that a thing? So we just draft in the middle of the pack every year, blow our first round packs.
You're in a playoff berth again.
I know.
And if you can knock the Bengals out. I mean, that's
something.
Pretty good, though.
That is something. And you know that KC's not even going to try against Denver because Andy Reid doesn't want Joe Burrow in there, is what people are saying. Whether that's true or not, I think he does fear them because he's a smart coach. All right, Jeff, let's take a look at today's punch menu. See what we're doing on the show today, ladies and gentlemen. Can I take your order? Yes, we have a comedy clip of the day. We offer some gambling advice in our daily segment, Picks at 12:36. Plus, a brand new feature called What Will Jeff Say?
That's a frightening name to a segment.
He has no idea about this.
That's super frightening. Did Jerry come up with this?
No, it was kind of just something that just kind of...
Keith Lyle?
No, it just kind of happened yesterday.
Happened organically?
It happened organically, and I said, that would be a good segment.
That is a good segment. That's,
all right, well, you'll see how it works.
That's frightening to everyone involved.
It's going to be fun. Judge Chris Andrews and in the Punch Bowl Pundits, we have incentives, we have LeBron, and we have Saquon. We'll close the show with legendary handicapper Kenny White's Dog of the Day, followed by our Dog of the Day, which is a cute video to end the day with a smile. But first, it's time for top of show breaking video. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. All right, top of show. Look, everyone was talking about this yesterday because really the only game to watch was the Georgia versus Notre Dame game. I had no feel for this game. I really didn't care who won the game. Now, after the game, I thought, you know what? It's fine to see Notre Dame, and they're kind of tired of seeing Georgia all the time. What was your feeling on the game?
On yesterday?
Yeah.
I had Notre Dame the whole way. I mean, they were a better team. Again, we've talked about it. They're the only team I have in the future market, which it's going to be pretty good to get a 12. I think I'm going to get them to the final. I like them against Penn State, but I just, boy, the way Ohio State looked on New Year's Day.
Look like a pro team.
If they play like that, forget it.
That was ridiculous.
No one's beating them. But that was, look, very impressive by Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Remember, Frank, all four teams that did not have a bye.
We're doing this in line of the night. Yeah. They all lost.
All the teams with the bye lost.
With the bye lost.
But remember, all the teams that did not have the bye, all four of them close favorites. So
that's interesting. Yeah.
Again,
they're learning. They'll learn a little from this year.
But again, at least with the top two seeds, weird year. You're not going to have many years where the 8 seed is power rated as the top team in the country.
Exactly.
Just the Ohio State loss to Michigan really upset the water for basically everything in this
It really
play.
did. And the whole thing is the conference champions, right? They got the bye. Boise State, Arizona State, they didn't deserve a bye. Those teams.
No, they didn't, but
what are you going to do?
But they deserve to be there.
Yeah, I think they proved it. Arizona State especially.
2 games where, I mean, look, Boise just kept shooting themselves in the foot. If they kept turning the ball over, kept committing poorly timed penalties, like if that illegal hands to the face, if that penalty doesn't happen, that's a 3-point game going to the fourth quarter. The Arizona State game was the only good game of this playoff.
That targeting call,
it was horrible.
Gene Steratore has literally come out and said every box was checked on that.
No, it's the most obvious target.
What?
The replay, that's more on the replay visuals than the
what
on-field.
did they see?
I mean, the on-field guys, I can see how you missed it.
It's a bang-bang play.
Because bang-bang play was face mask to face mask, which technically can get let go, but it was blatant targeting. And if it was reversed, if it was Arizona State doing the Texas,
my God,
we know it would have got called.
Absolutely. Okay, so anyway, the moment everyone was talking about is this walk-on kid, Parker Jones. So this kid is on the sideline. He's in street clothes. There's a long play for Georgia, and he's on the white, which you can't do, and he bumps into a ref. So let's go ahead right now. Here he is. And if you slow it down, see, now he gets in the way. Thank you for the spot circle there. If this kid is already, if he's not in the portal already, he should be. And also, he could probably get a deal with Snickers, not going anywhere for a while, or maybe you are, get in the portal. Because that's a bonehead.
Southwest Airlines?
Southwest Airlines.
Get away? I mean,
there you go. That's even better.
Get away? I mean, get ready to learn Georgia State, buddy.
Yeah, he was what was it, cornerback, I think?
A walk-on corner.
I will
say ESPN kind of did him dirty. They just kept showing him.
I mean, come on. But this wasn't Steve Bartman. You know what I mean? It's like it was a bonehead play, but it's also the enthusiasm of college football. He's watching the play. And
it was a genuine, it was exuberance got the best of him.
There you go. You can't blame the loss on that kid, so let him live his life.
They lost because they were the worst team yesterday.
They were.
Notre Dame was better.
And then that kick to the kickoff return was ridiculous. So you just by the way, it's nice to see kickoffs look like a kickoff in college. Like college does it where it's still kind of a kickoff.
What are you, Colby Dant?
I don't know who that is.
Nah, he's one of the better college football handicappers out there who despises the NFL kickoff.
It's ridiculous. Every time I watch it, I go, "Oh, that's right. They got to wait till the ball's touched," and then it's ridiculous.
That was good. That was a reference for about 3 people. So
I didn't get it. Sean, did you get that one?
No, Sean is no. Sean is too good for social media. He's too good.
Is he not on social media?
Sean, you're not really on social media at all, right? Yeah, like.
It's creepy, Sean. It's creeping.
Maybe, yeah.
Because he hasn't even done the lean.
With the burner account, right?
Is he leaning? There he is. Okay, and then second top of show breaking video. I don't think we've ever shown a surfing clip, but yesterday what most people think is the giantest wave, Maverick wave. Here we go. Take a look at this. This guy, it's at Half Moon Bay, 23-year-old Santa Cruz local, caught a towering wave. Look at that thing. They think it was like what was it? They think it was 108 feet. Which would break the record by over 20 feet. Look at that. Jeff, have you ever surfed?
No. No chance.
I had several people whilst I lived in California say, hey.
Mr. LA for a while.
Right, but you have to remember, I saw the movie Jaws when I was 7.
Oh, so you're toast. You can't go in the ocean.
Even when I'm at a nice place with clear water, like I'm still like, I'm not enjoying myself as much as I should. Until I have a couple Malibu rums, but I don't. Sharks, no, forget it. If anything rubs against my leg,
I didn't realize you're a Malibu guy.
Well,
we're doing a lot of product placement on the show here today. Vince.
No, when on vacation, I don't drink Malibu rum unless I'm in water or near water. Yeah, otherwise I'm
Fair
just
enough.
beer. Yeah.
That was that's not a bad blackjack drink, by the way. Like if you're sitting at the blackjack table for a while, pineapple Malibu, not a bad rum. Not a bad one.
I think I'll try that out. Although I'm doing dry January. How many days are we into January? I haven't had a drink. 3 days, ladies. 3 days.
I already failed.
Did you?
I didn't attempt. So that's.
Well, I have a buddy Tom who's coming in town this weekend. I'm like, oh, maybe we'll start Monday. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see here. Where are we? Okay, comedy clip of the day, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so we're fans of Cameron Dicker on this show, the kicker for San Diego. God,
$1 in a jar.
Los Angeles. I'm sorry, I should be grandfathered in to say
first off,
San Diego
they should
Chargers.
be in San Diego, so
absolutely,
I'll give you that.
The Clippers, San Diego Clippers now.
Yeah, there we go. Bob McAdoo.
I loved Bob McAdoo. So anyway, he's up for the Walter Payton Man of the Year, which is a very prestigious award. NFL players would almost rather win that than the MVP, it seems. Anyway, he got to surprise a kid. It's not really a comedy clip today. We're doing the coolest clip. So here we go. Comedy clip of the day. This is Cameron Dicker, whose commercial trying to get into the Pro Bowl is still legendary. But here's just kind of a cool clip of the day. So here he comes.
Dylan! What's up, dude?
This kid has no idea what's going on.
I got 2 tickets to the Super Bowl for you.
Look at that.
So
Could be the Chargers.
This is awesome. You've been such a huge fan. So
Yeah, I'm in.
let's go. First of all, let's go. Thank you.
Gives him a hug. And by the way, those are the tickets he has to carry with him. Kind of a nice moment. So, yeah, he's up for the Man of the Year. I don't know who's going to win.
Are you going to shock us all and win somehow?
No, I wish. Cam Hayward won last year. Cam Hayward of the Steelers does a lot of charity work. So we'll find out. I think we find out around the Super Bowl, right? Is that when they do it? Or leading up? Or the conference championships?
What are the award shows now that Thursday of Super Bowl week?
Something like that, right? So? Yeah. That sounds right.
We should know that. We
should.
We were only at the Super Bowl last year.
It's kind of what we do.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for roll call. Woohoo! Let's see who's watching the show. Now, Jeff, I did a kickoff question, and I mentioned to you what it was. You quickly said you weren't going to answer it. It was, let's hear your New Year's resolution. You're not a resolution guy? No?
I mean, I do love celebrating Wednesday like everybody else did earlier this week.
Yeah. What did you do for New Year's Eve?
No, well, just my parents are in town.
Oh, okay.
Just hung out with my wife, my parents.
There you go.
Had a nice dinner. Had what would have been Christmas dinner if we were back home.
Right.
It was nice.
Okay.
Real
Well,
nice.
there you go.
Yeah. Very calm. Also, by the way, as I said on the show on Wednesday morning, no one other than maybe Los Angeles loves their illegal fireworks more than the people in this city.
I know. It was nonstop. It was even after like till 3 a.m. You just kept hearing them all over the neighborhoods. Very crazy. Okay, so let's see who's in there. Keith Lyle, my resolution is to do better at what I have. At what? I have no idea. JR, Johnny from the ballpark. Everyone's making it a big deal that the bye teams all lost. but they were all underdogs in this round.
As I said.
Paul Shook, hello, Punchlines. I missed you. Paul thought we were off. Reno Paul, he goes, I thought you were off for the full week. And the reason being he didn't get notifications about the show being new was he got a new phone and he hadn't updated his preferences. So he said, oh my God, I've missed some shows, but he'll probably go back and watch them. You look puzzled by this.
Move along.
How was that look?
I know. I'm confused on how that. All right, whatever.
I don't know. Paul, clarify that for him. Ev Natola, every now and then laugh. What does it mean again, Vince? Everyone needs to laugh. The 4 teams left. 2 should have had the bye. They made them play because they have huge fan bases and wanted the TV ratings.
Good conspiracy theories,
that's
guys.
a good one.
It's just not good enough, guys.
Reno Paul, New Year's resolution is to stop procrastinating. I'm going to start tomorrow. See what he did there?
Very good. Surprised you didn't come up with that one.
That's good. We consulted Jeff's wife, Margaret, for what would Jeff say. So apparently we've consulted. That's not true.
Is that what Keith said?
Yeah, that was Keith.
Yeah, I'm going to say probably not.
No, we did not. Didn't know if that was a 100-foot wave, but it's impressive, says Eve Natola. Then girl from Indiana. This is not her. I don't know if you heard, but I found a wallet on New Year's Eve packed with no cash, just credit cards, ID from Indiana. I turned it into security. And I said, maybe she's, I wanted to take a picture of her license and reach out to social media.
You're not supposed to do that.
You're not?
No.
Why not?
Someone could steal their identity.
God. Well, am I going to pass for a girl from Indiana?
No, not you. Someone else. Some nefarious actor following you on Twitter.
Well, I was going to post her picture. I was going to contact her and be like, hey, I found your wallet. Security has it at the Flamingo.
Okay, fair enough.
You left it by the
Flamingo. That's where you were?
We were cutting through. We were on our way. And she had left it on the shrubs right by the exhibit of the Flamingos.
That's a really bad spot to lose your wallet.
Well, I imagine she was taking like a selfie, set her wallet down, and then left. But she got it back, but someone's posing as her. I have a feeling this is Tommy, by the way. Gamble less. I feel this is Tommy. Sprinkle a little on the money line. He likes the Kings tonight, plus 130 here at the South Point.
Good for Tommy.
Here at the South Point. Looking behind the glass. That means someone could be someone here. JR's not a resolution.
Jerry? No, not Jerry.
Paul, new phone, new logins. That's why he didn't get it. That's why he didn't get it. Maybe this could be Andrew Binder downstairs.
That would be pretty good. That is, we got the tinfoil hats going.
Andrew, is it you? Because you were in here today, kind of mulling around before the show. I feel like that is him.
It's impressive if it is Binder. I'll give him credit. He's a very busy man to be able to watch the show and comment along.
New Year's resolution, I'm just going to try to be more of a calm person.
How long does that last?
Just more calm. Just take everything as it goes.
Did your doctor suggest that?
No, but I'm feeling like that's something they would suggest. All right. Oh, spa music.
Ooh,
yes.
That's nice. Very nice. See?
That was very good, Drew Dog. Drew Dog is cutting the show together. By the way, what $2 ticket did you get for Christmas from Ann?
It's out. I had Georgia.
You had Georgia. I have Penn State. They gave me Penn State, of course, because they know I hate Penn State.
Well, who is Mr. Jerry?
He has Oregon.
Mr. Jerry is Ohio State.
Oh, does he have Ohio State? They didn't give you Oregon?
No, because Ann and Drew Dog were very, what's the right word? Trying to think of.
They were evil.
They were, well, you can't call them evil because
they gave us. I know
they gave us a free roll.
They
but
did.
They picked the teams that we would want to least see win the title.
Penn State, and Ohio State would be his.
And Jerry, known Puddles the Duck enthusiast, of course. How
much is that going to pay?
No,
$10, $15.
We'll win $10, right, Jerry?
Yeah.
That's 5 hot dogs, right?
That's 5 hot dogs or some Sonic paraphernalia for Jerry. All right, hold on. My script's upside down. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Lines of the Night. Let's do Lines of the Night, Drew Dog. Here we go. Jeff, I know you got something for us. What do you have?
I never have anything for you, Frank. You just
yes,
usually,
you do.
No, I actually do have one.
There is something there. All right.
Marcus Freeman and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish yesterday, of course, beat the Georgia Bulldogs, and they did something that has not been done in any single game this century by an FBS team.
Wow.
3 made field goals from 40-plus yards, which might honestly be the hardest thing on this list.
Yeah, was that kid, that Jeter kid or whatever?
Yeah, Mitch Jeter, who had a really bad year, was really good yesterday.
I know. They talked about what a miserable year he was having.
He'd been injured. And
he had a groin injury or something.
High-quality kicker, just had a bad year because of the injury. A kickoff return, 4 sacks, multiple takeaways, allowed no more than 10 points. Notre Dame did that in the Sugar Bowl yesterday. No team in the FBS has done that this century with all of those in one single game.
Now, I want to ask you a question about yesterday's game. Was that a legal play that they would do running on the whole different team when they were going to, and then Kirby Smart was complaining they can't do that.
Kirby Smart had to find something to complain about.
Right, that's what he does.
So that's he's.
I had never seen anything like that.
He's a huge whiner, Mr. Smart. He's a champion, but he's a huge whiner. I don't know. I mean, I
had never seen anything like that.
The last time I'd seen something like that was in high school.
Yeah.
And naturally, the offense of the team I was watching only had 9 guys on the field, so that really worked very well for them.
Yeah, it was an unusual play to see on TV. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stick with the college football playoff. This is the first time we've ever done a tweet from El Presidente, Dave Portnoy, over at Barstool Sports. His early observations on the playoffs. All 4 teams with byes lost. Clearly, we're rusty from the layoff. As a result, we have the weakest Final Four teams in recent memory. No conference champions, and even a third-place Big Ten team instead. Playoffs will get better, but this year's theme is mediocrity.
Yeah, I disagree with most of that.
I disagree with not the 4 best teams. We have Ohio State.
The weakest Final Four? I mean, do we remember Cincinnati? Actually, I don't even want to throw Cincinnati under the bus because they did.
Yes.
We have late-breaking news. They're taking the tree away.
Oh, no.
From the Sportsbook.
The Christmas tree is being taken away, ladies and gentlemen. Are they bringing it in here? Is it it's a real tree, right?
I don't know, but wow.
Oh, wait. My man right here's got a thing of saran wrap.
That nice little.
No, if that's a fake tree, I think they're just saran wrapping it and throwing it in the.
Wow, that was.
Down in Andrew Binder's office.
That's some big-time breaking news, actually.
That was kind of sad, actually. It's kind of very sad because it's like the holidays are officially over.
Well, no, it's always a holiday when Punchlines is on now. So
there you go.
I got it. Back to what we were saying.
Yeah.
First off, Portnoy, I wonder if he lost yesterday on his bets.
He did lose $370,000 on a Brian Robinson missed touchdown.
So I will say this, like, if we're going off of like just straight power rankings here, like Ohio State's clearly number 1 at this point. Like after yesterday, there's no doubt. I had Notre Dame higher than a lot of people. Like by the time the playoff wrapped around, I thought Notre Dame was the 3rd best team in the country.
Yeah, you mentioned that. So Alex was on Ohio State a lot this year.
Higher on them. Jerry's Puddles, the Duck Oregon team, was number 2, and they got toasted. Which I think most college teams in the last 15 years would have got toasted by that version of Ohio State.
That first half was silly.
No, the first 2 rounds, they've been unbelievable. I mean, Tennessee should always feel bad about themselves, but they should feel less bad about themselves. And also to Mr. Presidente, who again runs a very popular business.
Yes,
has to remember that Oklahoma had the worst playoff performance of anyone with still giving up touchdowns 5 years later to Joe Burrow and company in that game.
Oh my God, that's right.
Peach Bowl,
by the way, JR
I watched about 20 paces from here.
Yeah, did you really?
Yeah.
And JR points out, let's not forget Portnoy's a Michigan guy and despises Ohio State. So that is a good point.
Well, yes, that is true. Well, look, with credit to El Presidente here, because the only reason that Underwood, that big time commit for Michigan, flipped from LSU to Michigan, is him and Larry Ellison's wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Did you read that story?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I got to send you that story.
Oh, yeah, I want to see that.
I'll send you that.
All right, send that to me. All right, moving on from Lines of the Night. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a new segment. We're going to try it out. We even have a graphic, Jeff. What will Jeff say, ladies and gentlemen? There we go. What will Jeff say?
That is a scary-looking photo of me.
It's probably, that looks like you in one of your typical plaid shirts right there. I kind of like it. All right, Jeff. So here's what we're going to do. I have some topics here. We have 3 topics. I myself am doing this. I don't know if Sean is going to play along or if anyone. Sean's got it. Okay. So I'm going to give you a topic, and then we're going to try to predict your reaction.
Oh, wow.
To said topic.
How are we going to predict?
Well, I have mine written down. I can show as proof.
Is everyone else going to?
Sean's going to do a dry erase board, I believe. He's got a dry erase board.
All right, go ahead.
All right, let's show this video. Here we go. Show the video. It comes in 2 parts. So let me describe what's going on here. This guy's quitting as a Jets fan, Jeff. He's packing up all his gear.
Gear, memorabilia, anything pertaining to the Jets.
He's packing it up.
Organization.
He swore. Swore again.
It would be better spending his time making baby powder than letting it.
I believe that's a Johnson & Johnson rip. All right, that's fine, Andrew. That's good right there. Now, you think he's done, but there's one last thing he had to do. So this is how he's ending his Jets fandom. And by the way, this has nothing to do with the game. He's now going to root for a different team. What team do you think he's going to root for?
I have no idea.
Go ahead, Andrew. Roll it.
Roll it.
So he's got the sticker out. He's got a razor blade out. He's taken the sticker off. He's done. 30-year fan.
Pretty much since the day we signed Aaron Rodgers. Traded for him.
He's still mad about Aaron Rodgers. Okay, does he do the whole sticker? Hold on. He's gonna kind of show you what team he's gonna root for now. Here he goes. Just turn it. Here he goes. Here's what he has to say. So he's become a Vikings fan. So he's no longer a Jets fan. He's now a Vikings fan. Jeff, go ahead, tell us. What do you think of him quitting to become a Vikings fan?
He's a smarter person than I am. That's for one.
Okay.
Number two, and I'll just throw this out there. I'm never going to forgive the Jets, and Adam Gase especially.
Yeah.
Because this is the Viking connection is Sam Darnold.
Probably.
Where Sam Darnold was clearly the guy to end the line of the terrible quarterback play that the Jets have had, other than a few years here and there through
Chad Pennington, maybe.
Pennington genuinely good.
Vinny.
Testaverde before he ripped up his Achilles. Yeah. Mark Sanchez even had a year where he
went to the AFC Championship his first 2 years. Yeah.
2010, Mark Sanchez was genuinely good. Trust me, that game is going to haunt me forever, basically. But I'm never going to forgive the Jets organization and Adam Gase for screwing up the Sam Darnold situation. It's clear with real coaching, he was the guy to end the line with that. But the biggest reaction, that guy's a lot smarter than I am.
Damn it. Sean, what do you have for his reaction on this one? He's not wrong.
Pretty close.
That's something he would say. He's not wrong. I had, good for him. He's now going to root for a team that is also, good for him, but he's now going to root for a team that has never won a Super Bowl.
Well, I was going to say, it's one of the few organizations that has not won.
That has not won.
Because they got there with the Purple People Eaters a few times and always
they did.
Ran into better AFC, AFL teams.
Fran Tarkington was awesome. All right, so speaking of the Vikings, now that it's his new team, Vikings, Lions, Sunday Night Football. What is your take on this game? This is for the number 1 seed. The loser gets the number 5 seed and goes on the road, both with 14 wins. By the way, the most wins ever in a matchup ever in NFL history.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Good for them. That should be your answer, right?
Yeah. I'm just curious.
What's my take on this game?
Yeah.
There will not be there are not going to be many stops in this game.
Yeah, right? It's going to be.
It's to feel like you and every other human being
wait for picks at 12:36.
Is going to be on the over in this game.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Buffalo Lion game.
Yeah.
How the hell are we going to get stops in this game? How are we getting the stops? I do think Detroit will find a way to win the game.
Okay.
But this is going to be some wacko, like we're talking 38-35, 42-38, something.
And it's Darnold against Goff. And the reason this also is near and dear to our hearts, you and I are in a championship fantasy league here at South Point.
Yep.
And it comes down.
Sean is still angry.
Sean
about
should be. He dominated the regular season. But before the playoffs start, Sean even went, well, I'm not going to win. I go, what do you mean? He goes, well, the regular season champ never wins. And
he's correct.
He was right on that. So anyway, it's going to come down to that game, probably, Darnold and Goff.
Yeah, we both, right now, I have Darnold in the lineup.
And I have Goff.
I haven't decided if I'm going to stay with Darnold or go to Baker Mayfield, but I kind of want to have some sort of out.
I know.
Have some sort of out going to Sunday night.
All right, we'll see. But I also have Jake Bates. He could be the difference maker. We'll see.
Could you imagine?
We'll let you know on Monday.
You already probably won this thing because of defenses anyway.
I had Philadelphia's defense.
And I had the Colts who went for negative 4 against the Giants.
Yeah. All right, here's the next one. Jeff, this is just discussion only. We don't have a graphic. I have my prediction. What are your thoughts on the Pro Bowl games?
Bull bleep.
You can. What, are we on in the big house? Yeah, we are. Okay. That's it?
Yes.
Sean, what do you have? Do you have anything? Let's see what Sean predicted Jeff would say.
Hawaii.
What is that?
Flashback to Hawaii.
What?
Leads to past experience in Hawaii.
I don't get it.
Never been to Hawaii.
I know.
So
well, you want it. You want the game back in Hawaii.
I get where he was going, but I don't think you realize I've never been to Hawaii. Yeah, I think that.
Here's my prediction. Jeff slaps the table. Look, they're fine. It's just stupid.
Oh, it is stupid.
It's fine. It's fine.
Stupid.
I thought you'd say, look, they're fine. They're fine. It's just stupid.
It is
All right.
stupid.
All right. Do you want to talk about any snubs on the Pro Bowl roster?
I didn't even look at the Pro Bowl roster. How did I look?
By the way, Sean,
All I saw social media was a blaze. Patrick Mahomes, not a Pro Bowler.
Doesn't deserve it this year.
No kidding.
Yeah,
The three best quarterbacks in the NFL were all in the
Forget it.
We're Burrow, Allen, and Jackson. Of course, they didn't only
No
three.
way. Do you
Let's
think he
not be
cares?
stupid here.
He doesn't care.
Well, you use it as motivation.
The Steelers got T.J. Watt on there, Cam Hayward, which I was excited about. Minka Fitzpatrick, Sean, does not deserve to be in the Pro Bowl. I don't know how. That is a reputation. He somehow got in on that because he's had one splash play all year. All right, last one. Jeff, Saquon Barkley will be sitting the season finale and therefore not getting the single season rushing record. Jeff, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm stunned, actually, Philadelphia is doing this.
Really?
Yeah, I am. I understand that the 2 seed's already locked in. I get it. You don't want to risk injury, but the opportunity. Sean
just passed out. Sean just fainted at the thought of you saying that.
Wow, that was a loud thud.
What was that?
It was the whiteboard, probably.
Anyway.
But, I'm surprised. I'm surprised they're doing it. I get it, but I would have liked to have seen Barkley do it, especially against the Giants.
Against the Giants. I mean, that would have been such good theater.
That would have been very funny across the board.
Sean, do you have anything on this? You thought Jeff would say?
Goes off on expanded regular season.
Goes off on expanded.
Not a bad guess.
Not a bad guess. I had, look, it's the right move. And I was wrong. You went the other way. You were actually against it. What is the gambling line on Philly-Dallas right now, by the way?
Philly and Dallas are not playing each other.
Philly and the Giants, I mean. Sorry.
I didn't check it. Were we at 3 still, Sean? Yeah. Or Drew Dog? What is it in the computer? As Drew Dog frantically. There it is. It's 3. Drew Dog. Oh, look at Drew Dog. Very quick. It's 37.5. I mean, this is Tanner McKee and Kenny Pickett, and the Giants are still an underdog.
Jeez.
Probably will be a lot.
Is it Drew Lock starting?
I have to
Has
imagine.
to be.
Yeah.
Tommy DeVito.
Drew Lock is coming off of I got
5 touchdowns? 4 or 5?
I got to find this. Drew Lock is coming off of the 6th best quarterbacking performance since the turn of the millennium.
Not just for the Giants?
For anybody.
Are you serious?
Hold on, I got to pull it up. I got to find this.
He had a great game. I actually watched a lot of that game because, I don't know, there was no Steeler. I had the red zone on, and that was a game that they kept going on. Wow, I didn't know that. All right. Well, anyway, while he's doing that, ladies and gentlemen.
Let me,
he's got it.
I got to find it. I'll find it. And
I can't. Well, I'll just get to today's date. Today is January 3rd. Are we doing it? We don't have to do it. January 3rd.
This is 2025.
It's the 3rd day of the year. If you didn't know, it's the 3rd day of the year. 362 to go. Duh. All right, here we go. Here are the national days. One's fake. National Fruitcake Toss Day. National Step on a Crack Day, Festival of Sleep Day, National Chocolate Covered Cherry Day, J.R.R. Tolkien Day, Women Rock Day, International Body Wellness Day, National Drinking Straw Day, Humiliation Day. Behind the glass, let's see here. Jerry says chocolate covered cherries is fake. Step on a Crack, Sean says is fake. Sean says drinking straw, or Vince says drinking straw is fake. Drew Dog, Festival of Sleep. Jeff, what say you on this one?
I'm with Vince. I'm going with the drinking straw.
Someone has gotten it. Sean kind of was feeling me out earlier before. It is not National Step on a Crack Day. I made that one up. That is a fake one. Congratulations, Sean. There you go. That probably makes you feel, now that you won that, it's probably better than having won the fantasy. Okay. Happy birthday to Eli Manning.
Wow.
44 years old, and basketball legend Cheryl Miller turned 60 years old. USC. One of the best female players ever. Brothers Reggie Miller. All right, we put him in the AI machine. We mix them all up. What do we got here? And there's Eli Manning.
No, it's what is the AI machine doing?
I don't know. That's Eli Manning in front of a microphone.
No, it's the wrong number.
Women Rock Day.
It's the wrong number.
Again, this is why we keep saying.
What is going on with the AI machine? They made it looks like Aaron Rodgers.
Was
honestly.
he 18? What did he wear?
10.
10, that's
Peyton
right.
was 18.
18, there you go.
Yeah.
And then you got Cheryl Miller, Women Rock Day. She's eating some chocolate-covered cherries. Maybe it's Humiliation Day on the left for Peyton or Eli Manning. Or that's him maybe giving his Hall of Fame speech. Does he get elected as first year eligible?
I'm not saying he deserves to be, but he's getting in.
if you look at his stats, they aren't necessarily deserving. Never missed a start due to injury.
He would statistically wise, him and Joe Namath would be in their own level of
correct,
just not
mediocrity stat.
Exactly.
But he won 2 Super Bowls.
Correct, and he beat Tom Brady twice.
You win 2 Super Bowls, you think you would automatically be in, but this is my argument for Jim Plunkett, who is not in the Hall of Fame, which we discussed, and you, I believe you were shocked that you couldn't believe Plunkett wasn't in. He should be. Tom Flores finally got in, winning 2 rings. Jim Plunkett should be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, by the way, I found the Drew Lock stat from Sunday.
Let's hear it.
So expected points per play. So EPA/play, which is a big metric.
Okay.
For judging a big analytic metric that is utilized now. Drew Lock was plus 1.18 EPA per play against the Colts on Sunday.
That's a lot of stats.
Which is good for the 6th best from any quarterback since 1999.
Wow.
The only other ones
that's what I'm wondering
that are better. Peyton Manning in a game in 2000. By the way, 2007 appears on this list 3 times.
Okay.
So I don't know what the hell is going on in 2007.
Different
Peyton
balls.
Manning 2007 against Baltimore. Philip Rivers 2007 against the Broncos. Lamar Jackson 2019 against the Bengals. I remember that game.
I do too.
That was a game where Jackson spin cycle touchdown.
Yep, he was amazing. Yeah.
Kevin Harlan went nuts on the call.
As he always does. I love him.
Peyton Manning in 2002.
A lot of
Peyton. Says against Indianapolis, which can't be right.
What was he with Denver then? No, in 2002.
It's wrong.
Right. It's wrong.
And then the last one was Tom Brady in 2007.
I figured Brady would be on there.
Which was obviously Brady's epic year, 2007. So, yes, the 6th best game.
Drew Lock.
The 6th best game.
One of these things is not like the other.
It was by far the best game by a giant quarterback in their history.
Unbelievable. That's crazy.
What we expected.
That's very crazy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on this day in sports history, we got to show this. This was a historic touchdown that I watched. On this day in history, I don't remember the year, but here we go. Does it say the year? 83. I was watching this on Monday Night Football. Tony Dorsett with those big shoulder pads that running backs wear. Now, you think he's going to go out of bounds here. Somehow, he does not get forced out. And the former Heisman winner, 99-yard run. It had never been done before. I think Derrick Henry has since done it, right? Derrick Henry and maybe one other one. But anyway, there was a big deal because he spiked the ball. And after the game, they realized, oh, my God, that ball should be in Canton. And they did like a whole research thing. I think they located it. Something tells me they really didn't. But he wasn't aware that it was a record at the time. So on this day, 99-yard run. It's unbeatable. Yeah, it's unbeatable. You can't beat it. It's 99 yards. Okay, let's do some punch bowl pundits before we get into our picks at 12:36. We got the punch bowl. We only have a few in here. I am actually going to go ahead and rig this. Not rig it, but I want to do the first one. Let's see if I got it. Nope. Let's see if I get it. Here it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm doing it, Jeff. Punch bowl 1. Here we go. Just because Caden put this together for us. These are some NFL incentives. We talked about this with Alex earlier in the week. This has been a big thing going around that there's a lot of players. Here, I did this one for you right there. So this is all the incentives that guys are playing for. So let's go ahead and take a look at a few of those right now. So let's take a look at the first slide. Geno Smith, Mike Evans, and Von Miller all playing for big money. Who do you think gets this? I think Mike Evans definitely gets that in a game that Tampa Bay has to win. $3 million for 5 catches and 85 yards. Do you think he gets it?
Wow, Geno. So, yes, Mike Evans.
Mike Evans
makes sense. Here's the Geno Smith gets $2 million for winning 10 games.
$4 million.
Well, for winning.
Oh, $2 million for winning. Yeah, for the win.
I expect him to go over 185.
You would think.
I mean, they're huge favorites because the Rams are playing Jimmy Garoppolo in the backups this week.
I thought you said Jim Gaffigan for a second.
In that game, Frank.
Oh, yeah. Is that in L.A. too?
Yeah.
Oh, all the starlets will be out. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's and 185 yards. If he throws them to Zach Charbonnet, I'll be happy.
That's pretty wild, actually. 10 wins for and
he gets the next $2 million.
Seattle's going to be a 10-win team not making the playoffs.
Von Miller, 1.5.
Doesn't happen very often.
Von Miller needs a sack for $1.5 million.
They're playing the
New
Patriots.
England. Yeah.
I don't know how long. I don't know.
How long do you play him?
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah, at his age.
Probably only play on third down.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pin his ears back.
What do we got next?
Next slide, roll it. Here we go. Next slide, I believe, is Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, and Cortland Sutton. Murray needs 50 rushing yards and a rushing TD for $750,000.
Hopkins has no chance. He's not going to play.
He's not going to play that much, right?
Yeah,
so he's done.
Got no shot.
Cortland Sutton, though, 82 yards in a game they have to win.
Depends on who on Kansas City's defense suits up more so than anything on that. So.
I think he gets that, though.
Depends who suits up.
All right. But even if it's their A game, I mean, they're going to.
And then Kyler, That's a lot of. He has to get them both in order to get to 750.
He has
Based
to
off
get
that graphic, that seems to be
he
the
has
case.
to get all three.
All three.
Yeah, he's got to
What's
get
the
9
third
receptions, 140 yards, and a TD.
Kyler Murray.
Oh, I apologize.
Not DeAndre Hopkins.
58 rushing yards and a touchdown.
That looks like 50.
Is it? Oh, 50. What did I say?
58.
It could be an 8. It's a 0. All right, let's go to the final slide on these, and then we'll bring our special guest here. Final list is, there's 4 on this one. Leonard Floyd, Tony Pollard, Joe Mixon, J.K. Dobbins. I know it's a little hard to read, but Leonard Floyd needs a sack and a half for $500,000. Tony Pollard, I don't know if Pollard's going to get it, right?
That's 83 and 2 rushing touchdowns.
Mixon, no way, right?
I don't think we'll see Mixon.
No,
for very
117
long.
yards for a quarter minute. Then J.K. Dobbins. Now, this is the one that the Chargers got to win this game, right?
Well,
they're in the playoffs.
Well, it depends.
Oh, if the Steelers win, it doesn't matter.
Lose, Chargers got to go for it because that's
Right.
the difference between being a road favorite in round 1 or being a touchdown underdog in round
Correct.
1. And Dobbins, that's your 58 right there.
Yeah,
Frankie.
there you go. 150 grand to get 58
Yeah,
yards.
if the Chargers have to win the game, Dobbins gets that. If they don't have to win the game, he probably doesn't play, especially coming off the knee injury.
And I have a question for you because I have a friend coming in town. He's like, hey, we should get cheap tickets to the Raider game.
I don't think those exist.
How do I tell him I don't want to go to the game and see J.K. Dobbins possibly win?
I think you just tell him, hey, I don't want to go to the game.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll be like, oh, I got to write Monday's show.
Yeah, I think there's enough excuses. Or you could just be honest with them and be like, hey, this game stinks. I don't want to go.
That's pretty much. Hold on. We'll do a couple punch bowls here, and then we're going to we can bring our special guest in now. Ladies and gentlemen, director of the Sportsbook here, Chris Andrews is here. We're going to do it in a second. Chris, here was one of the questions. Will the Browns cover against the Ravens?
We at 20 now?
No.
I don't think we've got the 20 yet.
What's the live line here at South Point?
Line?
Now they're playing Saturday morning. They are playing the Cleveland Browns. The Baltimore Ravens are already locked in.
You're at 20.
I'm at 20.
Is it 20 points?
Yeah.
20. Bailey Zappi gets the
Bailey
start.
Zappi.
I know.
Which,
It's
by the
Bailey
way,
Zappi.
I will ask you, and this is more on the bettors more than anything. How can Bailey Zappi be worse than what we've seen from DTR the last few weeks?
Yes. There's no way.
I've seen a couple of moves this week. First of all, the most ridiculous one of all is they bet against the Rams when it was announced Garoppolo was going to start.
And
now, they were
said
already a 6-point dog at home to Seattle. Now, did you think Stafford was starting in that game?
Yeah, exactly.
You think that's why they were a 6-point
Right.
dog at home against Seattle? I mean, and people, this business gets crazier by the day.
So it is.
So I don't know. Yeah, to answer your question, no, he's no worse than anything we've seen.
Now, have you taken any money line action on the Ravens strip minus 2,400?
They're in some parlay. Yeah, they're in. Matter of fact, I got one guy who loves betting chalk parlays. By the way, he's doing pretty good.
Oh, I'd say so.
yeah, this year.
So yeah, he has at least 2 parlays, maybe 3. I mean, for a couple thousand, you know, with and he threw.
That's like the guaranteed leg. Yeah, and then
well,
he's
it's
got
like a free bet, which okay, it is kind of a free bet, but you also don't win anything with that either, you know. So okay.
Okay, so do we have the Bailey Zappi? Put that up there. Punch Bowl. I think it was Punch Bowl 3. Do we have a graphic about Bailey Zappi? I can't remember. Is there something there, or maybe not? No. Is there? It doesn't matter if there's not. No, it is. All right. Don't worry, be zappy.
Oh,
all right.
boy.
So what does this say?
Well, this is
Cleveland,
before
18.
it even moved to 20.
Yeah, it said 18-point underdog, and then obviously now we know it's 20. I mean, Bailey Zappi, I mean, yeah, DTR.
First of all, what a great name.
Bailey Zappi.
Bailey Zappi.
Great name.
Pride of Western Kentucky.
Hilltoppers.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
But I just go back to what I said to Chris.
And, and the answer is no, Jeff. He's not any worse than
DTR has played like 2 of the worst games I've ever seen an NFL quarterback play the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And Zappi's a point and a half worse than that? Come on.
That's not right.
That's ridiculous.
All right, let's go to our picks at 12:36. We've done it a little late. We've been kind of talking our picks and our feels for some of these games. And of course, Jeff and Chris will not be surprised at my pick.
Oh, well, you want to just guess it? I already know.
Do you want to guess what my pick is?
You know what he's on.
What will Frank say? What do you think?
Steelers.
No, I'm not taking this. I'm staying away from the Steeler game, so don't jinx them.
Big game. Think of a big game this weekend.
A big game.
The biggest game.
Over on the Lions game.
There we go.
Throw it up. There we go, Drew Dog. Yes, I am taking the over.
Highest total of the year.
56.
Yep.
Frankie overs. Come on. Minnesota, Detroit. You guys laughed at me when I took the over on Detroit and Buffalo.
I didn't laugh.
You rolled your eyes. You rolled your eyes
I
like,
just
of
rolled
course
your
he's
eyes
doing.
because it was predictable.
Exactly.
That's all it was. Or
All
rolled
right,
my
well,
eyes. If I rolled your eyes, we'd have
I'm
a
nothing
problem.
but if not predictable. I will take the over in that game.
College hoops first for me.
Okay.
I'm on Creighton plus 10 against Marquette. Creighton has had a bunch of struggles this year, but they've won 2 in a row. They had a really nice win against St. John's earlier in the week. Yeah, I understand it could be a time to fade them, but I'm not as high on Marquette as the market is, and you're giving me double digits on Creighton.
Okay.
Still a well-coached, veteran-laden team, even though they lost Pop Isaacs for the season. I'll take double digits. If Marquette beats me, so be it. I'll take Creighton. And then the NFL pick this week, no team in NFL history screws up their draft position better than the New York Jets. The Dolphins look like they're starting Tyler Huntley because Tua Tagovailoa
Who looked good last week?
If he played like that in the games he played earlier in the season, the Dolphins would be in the playoffs right now. I feel pretty confident on that. But this is the classic. Jets have absolutely nothing to play for.
Correct.
Aaron Rodgers apparently might be the sunset game.
Might pack it in.
And last week, look, we've seen some bad quarterback play this year. I think Rodgers played the worst game, and
what was the QBR? 1
statistically,
I think it was 1.7.
Yeah,
which I was one of those that high in all honesty.
Yeah,
but it was. I've seen a lot of bad quarterback play in my life with the Jets. I think that was the worst quarterback game I've ever seen.
Well,
that was not by Luke Falk, who was not an NFL quarterback.
Luke Falk. Why do I remember that name?
He was at Wazoo and then had to start 3 games for the Jets after Darnold got mono and Trevor Simeon's leg got broken.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So it was bad. That's the worst head coach quarterback combo I can remember, at least recently.
Who was the head coach? Oh,
Gase. Gase.
Adam Gase.
Yeah,
all right.
so
Here's a
you
question.
Remember Richie Kotite at all?
I wasn't. I was
Richie
only, I was only
you weren't
1 and 2.
I remember Richie
But
Kotite.
my dad. Trust me, my dad.
Let's get
Craig Parles
Mr.
remembers.
Parles on the phone.
That's the standard. I know.
Chris, JR, Johnny from the ballpark, is 20 points the biggest NFL line since when? Or is
I don't know.
Sure.
No, I mean I can remember
20?
I can't remember the year. Oh God! But the 1 and 12 or something like that. Cincinnati Bengals were playing Steve Young's 49er team.
Which was a machine.
Niners were 24 over.
Really?
The Bengals covered.
So I'll give you one real quick, Chris, because I remember this one when the Broncos were at the peak with their Peyton Manning years, 2013.
Okay.
28-point favorites they closed against the Jaguars.
Wait, who was that?
Against the that was Peyton Manning's Denver.
Well, and then that great Patriot team
07
had some. Yeah, I remember. Finally, I remember. This is crazy. Matter of fact, I was with Chauncey, Jimmy, and Richie Bachelari. I was in town for the weekend. I took plus 17 on Philadelphia in the first half.
Okay.
And Philly was like a playoff team. I said, okay, this. Andy Reid was coach. I said, this is insane.
Against the Patriots.
Yeah.
Went close 24.
And what was the half
you're referring to?
I won.
But yeah, that's a lot of
I
points.
think the Patriots only won that game by a touchdown, if memory serves me
Against
correctly.
Philly?
Yeah.
Something like that.
It was a close game.
I said, this is ridiculous. I took 17 the first half. I mean, we never sweat.
The first half is that's SEC team versus CUSA team at this point.
By the way, we have a new person in the chat, Gina Preston, Women Rock Day. That is my sister, who I didn't.
Oh, really?
First time she's checking in. There we go.
Can I add one more birthday?
Yeah, of course.
George Martin of the
Beatles.
The Beatles.
Beatles producer. I saw that one. Yeah, who really fifth Beatle. I mean, was instrumental in making their
John
sound.
would tell you he was the fifth Beatle.
Yeah.
If there was a fifth Beatle, it was George.
And his son is the one who is
Nigel.
Nigel. He's amazing. And that Beatle documentary on Apple.
That's great. I just bought my Christmas presents were like the red and the blue albums, like the reissue.
Oh yeah, where they're looking over Capitol Towers.
Nigel Martin.
Yeah, I think it sounds right.
Yeah, it's one of those English names.
Yeah, where they're looking over the railing there at Capitol Records.
And he remixed them and they added more songs. This is now a triple album. Both of them are triple albums.
Wow, very cool.
By the way, Chris,
still love the Beatles.
Chris, that game you're referring to with the Eagles, Patriots needed a fourth quarter touchdown win by a field goal.
Did they? Yeah.
Is that right?
I was like I said, whatever I was doing, I came to town. I wasn't working for anybody at the time, and I sat with me, Jimmy, and Richie. We were at one of the station's properties, and betting horses. And I remember they went to 17. I
gotta take it.
I can't resist this.
They needed a last-second field goal to win.
No, and he got a touchdown in the fourth quarter, win by a field goal.
Oh my God!
And Chris easily. I mean, the Patriots won the first half by 3. So you were.
I mean, it was never a sweat. We were concentrating on horses and just looking.
And you're like that. I won. All right. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Judge Chris Andrews. Dun, 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 dun. He's got the gavel. Have gavel, will travel. There it is.
Hey, before we go any further,
Yeah, please. Yes, I was totally going to do that. But the parlay card,
this
right?
This is the progressive card.
Okay.
We have one guy, and he needs Virginia Tech to win.
Okay.
Takes down a perfect card.
Wow.
25,000.
Wow, that's a hard
and
card.
that same guy obviously can if he loses that game, then he has one loser, and he'll split it with the guy that has Minnesota tonight. So that guy's either going to make 25 or 12-5, and then got the other guys are going to make either.
Now, do you hedge that
12-5.
bet, or do you just go for it?
I think you could hedge pretty good. What are we 9.5 on that game or something like that? I think you got to take back a dime.
Wow. Something.
I'm telling the guy, don't listen to me. Do whatever you want.
This is one of the most impressive feats of all time to go 15-0 with that.
Yeah, I know.
It's almost like going 14-1 week one of the NFL season.
This is way better.
This is insane. Like, you should look at the
I
cards
get no
that
credit.
the crew filled
Still
out,
to this
Chris.
day.
I've heard of some of them.
I mean, right now, the best card over there has 7 wins.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
That's tough.
Even that's more impressive than Frank's 14.
Oh, my God.
I agree.
All right, Drew Doug, we do have a clip for this first one. We've never had a video clip, but here we go. This is kicker Chris Boswell.
Oh, I saw this the other day.
Talking about a very funny situation. Just roll the clip.
And when I first came in here, James Harrison, like my first practice, I signed on like a Friday or Saturday. I got to go home for the weekend and come back. And Debo, my very first practice, stood over the holder. So the holder's waiting to get the snap, standing over his shoulder, and it's just, I dare you to miss this kick. I dare you to miss this kick. You wash my back in the shower. And so, I mean, that just the whole time. And even after I, obviously had a decent season that year, but team meeting room, when I used to go, I would sit here, and Debo would sit here, and he would just stare at me. Mike Tomlin's up there, giving his team presentation, and he's just staring at me like this the entire team meeting.
That's psychotic.
Intimidating.
That's terrifying.
Intimidating as hell.
Why in the...
All right, that's good. So there you go. That's the long snapper of the Steelers podcast, but that's pretty funny right there. Just staring.
So what's your
The question was, who's the most? Now I don't know if we can not show that or not take him in consideration. Who's the most intimidating defensive football player of the last 25 years?
I want you to go first.
Well, I mean, I could easily say James Harrison. If we were allowed to go back farther, I might have said. Lawrence Taylor or Greg Lloyd.
If we're going back, it's Lawrence Taylor.
Past 25. Hold on, yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor. That was Exhibit A, Your Honor. I will go with James Harrison just to speed things up because I'm curious. James Harrison, who was a scary man. I'm going with James Harrison. That was Exhibit A.
There's one answer I could use. He wasn't a defensive player, but I don't think it's good of me to do that. But
he's an offensive player?
We'll talk about it after the show, Frank. I'll tell you who I was considering. But
I know who it is. I know who it is.
But I'm going to
certain tight end.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Shouldn't be laughing at that. Wow, this is a really difficult question.
Yeah.
Because, if we go back in the time machine, you've so many.
It's just a quarter of a century.
Yeah, I'm going Brian Urlacher. Here.
Mm-hmm.
The steam coming off of his bald head on a cold day in Chicago. Now he apparently has hair, which you see every single time.
Yeah, it doesn't look like.
That's why I'm going to rule for Frank on that alone because he had a hair transplant.
As much as it pains me to say,
you know what I'm going to say? That's 100% fair.
You could have went Ray Lewis on that one or Terrell Suggs.
Would have been good. Like
Suggs.
Those Ravens. If I go with a Raven to the Pittsburgh Steelers judge, I'm not winning that.
You ain't winning that.
Let's throw that one out. That one wasn't fair.
No, but a quick story. I went to. This was one of the last years I knew that they were going to tear down Three Rivers.
Right.
So I take my kids to go to an exhibition game. I can't go to a real game. And I see 3 guys in front of me. There's this guy, and he looks like about my age, maybe a little older. And he's got shoulders like this with a V. And I remember just thinking, man, that guy looks scary. And I couldn't see his face. Turns around. Jack Lambert.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
My fear radar is working perfectly because I would not want to mess with
Did he have
Lambert.
his teeth in or out?
He had teeth in.
Teeth were in, because when they were out, when I was a kid, that spooked me. When he didn't have his teeth, I was like, that doesn't look right. JR says, can Chris do Here Comes the Judge like Flip Wilson? We have done it, but we figured me and he were the only two that would get that, but we appreciate that,
Got
JR.
a few old guys in the chat.
Exactly. All right, next topic of discussion. When it comes to beer, draft cans or bottles? Jeff, to you, sir.
Really?
Yeah.
Draft.
Damn it.
Not even close. I don't even have to rest my case on that. It's the best tasting of all of them.
Your Honor, I always drank out of bottles because my Uncle Joey said you should always drink out of glass, but I have since become a draft person.
I rule in favor of Jeff Parles. It's not even close.
It's
Draft
really
beer is
not.
way better.
And by the way, the draft here at this bar is outstanding.
Oh, is that right?
Very chilled.
Is that right?
South Point. If you want a good draft beer, come to the South Point. You get anything you want.
I mean, that was an easy one.
I never drank draft beer until about 5 years ago. I always hated draft because I think a lot of the bars in Pittsburgh, the taps were very dirty. Where I grew up,
I was a bartender.
You would get a beer.
I rule for Frank on that one.
You would get a beer like if you went to Oakland, where Pitt is.
That's where I worked. I worked at the Wooden Cake.
Oh my God, dude! The beer. So I would get draft beer and I go, "This is terrible. It tasted awful."
No,
and then you get to a nice bar where they clean the taps. Oh, I don't know, on a regular basis of yearly.
Maybe even once a week at that point.
Yeah, for years I thought draft beer was the worst, and then all of a sudden I went, "Oh, this is way better." So I am now a draft person. Okay, let's see here. We got an NBA one here. Here we go.
Oh boy,
one free throw to win the NBA Finals. Who you got on the line all time?
I'm gonna take the guy who's over 90%, closing in on 95%, and that's Steph Curry. I'm just going to take the guy who's got the best free throw percentage for a high-end player. I'm taking Curry 100 times out of 100.
Now, when I grew up, the Cleveland Cavaliers were on the Superstation. They were the only team I could watch NBA action.
Superstation, very nice.
WUAB. That was WR out of New York, WUAB out of Cleveland, and then you had TBS. I watched Mark Price play. I believe he went to Georgia Tech. Mark Price had to be well over 90%.
Mark Price is a good choice.
I'm going to go with Mark Price. Now, I know what Your Honor, I know what he's thinking already on this.
You don't know what I'm thinking.
I think I know who Your Honor.
Do not put words in my mouth.
I
thoughts
know.
in my
I
brain.
will write
Believe
it down.
Me, the last guy I want putting thoughts in my brain might be Frank Nicotero. So let's go there.
I am going to write down like Oz the Mentalist. I am going to write down the name I believe he might correct us with, but I will go with Mark Price because he just was the best when I started watching NBA action.
Okay, first of all, let me tell you, Mark Price is a great selection.
Right.
Steph Curry, I think I would have to. I'm going to rule for Jeff, but you probably know who I'm going to say. A guy who has absolute ice water in his veins, Larry Bird.
Oh, no, I went Rick Barry.
So
Rick Barry, the granny style.
So
he was
really,
like 95.
Yeah, he was a guy. Hey, listen, but just
Larry Bird, damn, that's a good one.
Larry Bird would, with all due respect, probably murder his mother to win an NBA game.
Yeah.
He has ice water in his veins. So I would take Larry Bird.
So real quick, just
all-time free throw?
Curry, so we did very well here. Steph Curry's number one for all-time free throw percentage.
Is Paxton up there?
Steve Nash is number two.
Nash.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Steve Nash
He's not
is
an
number
American,
two.
though, so he doesn't count.
Mark Price is number three.
Okay.
And then if we're just doing NBA only,
Yeah.
Rick Barry's number four.
That's why I thought
so.
he
This
was-
is pretty good.
Yeah.
That we
Yeah,
managed to
that's
get
not
one,
bad.
1, 3, and 4. Not bad. Larry Bird is 14th, by the way.
Wow, but he was clutch, and I think the clutch team.
Yeah, if it was the second quarter against Cleveland, he might say.
I went Mark Price because,
Don't
honestly, I
forget,
watched
Larry
him play
also
Georgia
played a
Tech.
couple games left-handed to save his right hand for the Lakers.
And he actually literally did do that in that
he
TV
did
show.
against Portland.
But also he wore jeans to that one where he had to go prove to the Indiana State coach.
And he wore hard shoes, too. He wasn't even wearing tennis shoes.
Unbelievable. All right, we got time. We'll do one more just because Ann kind of came up with this one.
I'm very impressed that we managed to get 1, 3, and 4
Is
there.
Tom McMillan on that list?
Tom McMillan.
By the way, if John Taffer visited any of those Pittsburgh bars for the drop beer, he would have done that. Minidar says Taffer rescued Nevada Brew Works. Where's Nevada Brew Works? Is anyone familiar with that?
Sean,
do you know that one? All right. JR says draft. Buy any beer at a spring training game. It's so satisfying, says Johnny.
I think any baseball game on tap is
Beer's good.
It doesn't matter.
If I can go un-American here, if you ever see Pilsner or Quell
Okay.
First of all, I love Pilsner Urquell anyway, but if you ever see it on tap,
I don't know what Quell.
it's a Czechoslovakian beer, Czech beer.
Unbelievable beer.
Yeah,
That I got when I
it's
was
been
in Europe.
rated by some people the best
With
in
a
the world.
Q or
That's
a
my
K?
favorite.
How do we spell this?
I think a Q.
It's a Q. Hold on a second. I'll pull it up.
Pilsner Urquell.
But it's
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
URQUELL. It is outstanding.
Yeah, my favorite beer. I don't drink beer that often, but if I pick up a 6-pack or something like that, it's usually Pilsner Urquell. Yeah,
Delicious beer.
Okay, I had one more here that Ann suggested: blackjack, roulette, or craps. Most enjoyable.
I want to hear you first.
Okay, look, I played craps once when I came up with a buddy, Mike and Jack. We played, and I'd never really played craps. I like sitting. Roulette, you also have to kind of stand if you're at a roulette wheel. I like blackjack. I like third base. I'm a blackjack guy. I did have fun playing craps. Roulette can be fun as well. You pick some jersey numbers. That's what I always do. I always did Nagel's 15. I would do Franco Harris's 32. But I'm a blackjack guy, so I go blackjack most enjoyable.
If this was Judge Vinny Magliulo, I think we all know what the answer would be.
Judge Chris Andrews might go the same way.
What is Vinny?
I'm going with craps because there is nothing in those pits over there. There is nothing more electric than a hot craps table.
It sounds like I don't.
Nothing more electric, and you can.
This is a cakewalk.
Yeah. I don't even have to continue my argument.
Yeah. I got two good crap stories.
All right, go.
The night before my wedding.
Okay.
My first wedding.
Okay.
I'm shooting I won enough money to pay for our honeymoon.
Jesus.
And I'm rolling, and I could hear her paging me. And
paging you?
This was in the old days. This is 1982.
Like Chris Andrews, pick up the white courtesy phone.
And I remember, and the guy, hey, I think it's your wife on me. Screw her. I'm in the middle of a roll here.
I'm hot.
I'll see her tonight.
I'm on a heater.
And the other time I was with a girl, not a girlfriend, but a girl, girl from Philly that she was never anything romantic between us, but she was a good friend. And we were out shooting dice one night. And and she was like a good luck charm. And I'm rolling. She goes, "Oh, I got to go to the bathroom." I said, "You aren't going anywhere." No, I'm going to pee my pants. Pee it right here. I don't care. You aren't going anywhere. We're rolling. Finally, I 7 out and says, "Okay, you can go to the bathroom now."
Oh my God! Yeah, I'm not I need Keith Lyle can show me. He knows what he's doing.
Again, Keith can teach.
Yeah,
teach
he's dealt forever.
Yeah, if I'm ever on I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. If I'm ever on vacation with my wife and we go to like Tahoe or something like that, if I'm going to play anything, I'm rolling dice.
It's
roll them bones.
Look, it can go both ways because it can go the wrong way very quickly, but there's when you're hot on the dice.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
All right, we're gonna play.
And you're the girl that's with us. She ain't going to pee. You got to stay here.
No one's moving it.
Superstition. Yeah, right. You can't do it.
The loudest pop I've ever been associated.
Oh, it's always a craps table.
Cheers wise, I was playing, but before I moved here, I was playing at the Bellagio.
Yeah,
and it was all smalls, all talls, all everything. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
So basically, you have to roll all the numbers in order to hit this.
Yeah.
We needed a snake eyes in order to get all of them. So the person rolled the snake eyes.
Oh.
I'm stunned the table did not get flipped over in celebration. That's how raucous the crowd was at the end. And it was like 300 to 1 to get all of them. Too.
Really?
It was
wow.
a nice little day for a $2 bet.
Okay, very quickly too.
Yeah, go.
If you ever see the movie Hard 8.
Yeah, we talked about. Yeah, that's Paul Thomas
movie.
Anderson before
and
Boogie
Nights. Philip Baker Hall. He liked to put 2,000 cash.
Right.
Not chips, cash. Hard 8.
And
I've never done that. And someday, if I'm rolling good and I'm at the cash
you're
meeting,
gonna do it.
Coming back cash.
When did money play stops? Because I used blackjack. I used to do money plays all the time as like a superstition thing.
I don't know.
It was
Slowly.
more fun. It was more fun that way. All right, a few more comments to end. Minnie Dar said roulette. My sister said Larry Bird. Ev Natola said Larry Bird.
33.
33 what?
That's a roulette number for Larry Bird. 33.
Oh, there's
there you go.
Very good. Pilsner Urquell is the first ever Pilsner style beer. Yep. Never pick up the phone in the middle of a roll ever, says Keith Lyle.
Correct.
Yep.
And JR, let's see here. Keith, the features are running the game, slows the game down. The feature bets back then all paid 176 to 1. I think it's down to 150 now.
Okay, that's
this
probably,
is JR.
That's probably
Parles rolling that for everybody.
And Keith says the features are ruining the game.
Still a good day.
Slows the game down.
What's the number in Casablanca when they got?
I don't remember.
Humphrey Bogart tells them Put it on
I don't remember.
22.
I'm not a huge Casablanca guy. I know people love it.
That's worse than you not liking peanut butter and jelly. That's worse.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Kenny
22.
White's dog of the day. Do we have a dog of the day for Kenny today? Here's Kenny White's dog of the day. Canucks plus 155 versus the Preds tonight. He likes that. And here is our dog of the day, ladies and gentlemen. A cute little dog clip. Here we go. Roll it. Okay, so, this dog just crushes this guy every time. Watch it. Hits him in the face. Then they just run and just kills this guy. I don't understand why this guy constantly bit him in the nuts, knocks him over. God, I love that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if the Steelers win, who wants to see me jump into an ice cold pool?
Oh, I do.
If I don't have to do it, I won't, unless everyone wants to see it.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Naked.
Well, it's a family show. I don't want to.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching the show. We had some new people in the chat room. Remember, if you're watching the show and you haven't subscribed yet, please click subscribe, and then after 5 minutes, you can join the chat. But you can't now because we're done. But we'll be back Monday with Alex White, and by then we will know who the fantasy champ is of the Red Panda Fantasy Football League, first ever.
You're getting it done.
Well, don't. He just jinxed me.
No,
Punchlines.
It's
Line
fantasy football.
stands
There's
for
no such
live
thing
and
as
about
jinx.
every show.